Hey guys, I made up some doors lore. Hope you like it. One day in 1989, a new hotel opened named Hotel 100. It was a 5-star hotel with amazing reviews. Everyone loved it. The food was great. The rooms were spacious and it even had a library and multiple places to work. As the name suggested, there were 100 total rooms in the hotel, including the library, workspaces and lobby, not just the rooms people stayed in. And all the rooms were numbered so it was really easy to find your way around. Everything seemed to be perfect. Right. Well, no. What no one, not even the hotel owners or builders, knew is that the hotel was built on haunted ground. This didn't affect the hotel at first. But then, in 1997, something happened. Something that would change Hotel 100 forever. Someone was just walking to the library, which was door 50. And then, when they were walking through door 28, which was a hallway, a black sludge formed in front of them and grew arms, legs and just one eye, a red eye. The creature started running after them, and on the way bookcases and chairs were tumbling to the ground. Luckily, the creature only chased them for about 8 rooms, all of which were quite empty, and they made it without getting injured. But then, they would come to realize that wasn't the only effect the haunted ground had on the hotel. When they arrived in the library, which was huge, they felt a shaking, and when they looked in front of them, a huge pink creature with no eyes was looking at them. Where its face would be, it was just a head with teeth around the edges and a hole in the middle. It also had some exposed ribs. Since it was stood just a few feet in front of them, they thought the figure, as they dubbed the creature, would see them instantly. But no, they soon realized that it couldn't see anything and just used sound to get around. They went to go out of the library through door 51, as that was closer to the room they were staying in, door 64. However, when they reached the door it had some sort of advanced lock system. They looked and they couldn't read the text as it was smudged. To them it just looked like was. However, the sign had symbols with numbers underneath, so the person realized it must mean enter the symbol numbers. They realized it was possible to change what number was under each symbol, so they realized it must be some puzzle, and changing the number under each symbol to whatever it was meant to be would unlock door 51. Only one problem. They didn't know what symbols it meant. The symbols were just basic shapes, and then, shaking, violent shaking. They looked behind them, and the figure was running towards them. In that moment, they realized something. When they were reading the sign, they let out a loud grunt as they were annoyed. Clearly, that was enough for figure. Luckily, they managed to outsmart figure by running the opposite way since it couldn't see them. It wouldn't know. They ran back through door 50, and made it back to their room, and luckily, they had no injuries. Well, at least not physical. They were scared of the place where they should feel safe. The hotel they were staying in. They left immediately and moved across the country. They couldn't risk it. Later that month, others reported seeing things like that. One person said they were walking around, then the lights flickered. They heard a scream and then something that looked like just a face ran through the room at extremely high speed, and made all the lights go out. They made a joke after. Maybe they were just scared and wanted to cover it up through humor. The joke was whatever that was. It was in a rush. This led to the monster being dubbed Rush, and as time went on more and more were discovered. One was dubbed Ambush, a more violent version of Rush, which ran through rooms more than once. Another was Eyes. No one knew how this formed. They only knew staring at it would harm you. Then, in 1998, just 5 months after the first discovery, something happened. For once something good. A priest just so happened to be staying in the hotel while on holiday. But then, one day, he was walking around the hotel to familiarize himself with it when he saw Eyes. At first, he didn't know you couldn't look at it, so it managed to hurt him a bit. But, luckily, the priest was smart, and thought, wait, if it's a big jumble of eyes, maybe looking at it hurts you. He was right. As soon as he looked away, it stopped hurting him. Then, he had a thought. Being a priest, he had a cross in his pocket. He thought maybe, if I hold the cross up to the creature, it will purify it and make it go away. It did just that. As soon as he held the cross up to it, it stopped hurting him, and then, a blue circle of aura formed on the floor beneath it, and started glowing. Then, the same aura emanated from the creature, and it slowly sunk into the circle, making it disappear. After that, many people heard about the priest's use of the cross to kill the monsters, or entities as some people called them, and started to bring crosses to the hotel and placing them around, to help anyone who encountered an entity. However, these wouldn't prove useful, as the hotel finally closed by government order in 1999 just 10 years after it opened. Well, they thought the crosses wouldn't be useful 23 years later. In 2022, a new, dangerous, trend started, the doors trend. This involved people going to the abandoned however still in great condition, Hotel 100. The challenge was get to door 100 and escape the hotel. Sounds easy, right? Well, remember the entities? Yeah, unlike a game, there's no revise. I hope you liked it.